All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially back in action, and I am proud to be pointing to this wake up time right here, despite uploading the last YouTube video on this channel at around 2 a.m. last night upon getting back from Florida, unpacking, setting up for the day, which was today, and ended up getting about 3 and some change hours of sleep. Woke up at 5:50. Got a run in this morning and then actually had some pretty productive work. I don't know what had hit me, but I actually had a pretty fair bit of energy, and I kind of still do, which is a little bit eerie considering I slept 3 some odd hours last night and had a full work day today. But nonetheless, I am forcing ourselves back into schedule. I don't know if you can see that, but it's 7:44 right now over here. All I have left for the day is creating this YouTube video, just cleaning up over there in the studio area, and then putting my laundry away because we had the cleaner to come over today, and because my dad's coming into town in 2 days, so wanted to get this place cleaned up a little bit. I'm not a slob. It's typically relatively clean in here, but it's always good to get the carpets clean, floors clean, bathrooms clean, and stuff that I will just simply not do, and dishes as well. Those are things all things I refuse to do. So it's good to have a cleaner in every couple months or so, just to keep the place fresh. Usually happens right before I have people over. So nonetheless, that was happening today. Was awesome day of staying back on track and not letting go of the reins while we were on the last trip. This was a beautifully executed trip across the board. We talked about this in the last video, but also executed well from a stance of not going too far off track. You usually crush it during the week when you have the weekend to think and plan. This weekend, we're obviously hustling pretty crazy between a Sarasota film day of 100 videos on Saturday, Miami meeting 3 separate friends in 3 separate locations, and then flying back, Ubering to Miami, then meeting 3 separate friends for 3 separate dinners in 3 separate locations, and then flying back to Arizona. But really happy, was able to wake up at a good time, got a small run in, got our reach outs in. Deep work was really just day and call planning, so I didn't have really any time to plan for the week. I started planning the week and the calls on the plane yesterday on the way back, but there are certain times I'm okay, I know when I look back at the notes for this, sharp morning brain is not going to trust mush brain at 11 p.m. on a plane, Danny. So sharp brain Danny's going to be that guy is fucking stupid. I'm just going to do something different. So I ended up making the weekly, daily, and call plans this morning, and ended up being really, really productive. So we had a bunch of calls today. We had a AI summit for how to train AI employees. That happened at 9:30. 10 o'clock was our L10 call, which I want to talk about IDS today. Identify, diagnose, solve, the way to actually get shit done on meetings, which has been super useful for us and has helped us move the ball forward in a lot of different ways. That was at 10 to 11:30. 11:30 was a client meeting. 11:50 was a one-on-one. 12:10 was a one-on-one with team members. And then 12:30 was meeting someone who's inside of one of the networking groups I'm in, acquisition.com, Vantage group. And so that was 12:30. 1 o'clock was a sales call. 1:30 was meeting someone else that was inside of Vantage as well. And then 2 was a follow-up call with the client that we just went to go see in Florida, just to give them updates on hey, here's how we're tracking all this stuff. Here's access to Slack. Here's how we'll communicate, etc. And also extend the offer for the rest of the year. And we got a verbal agreement there, so we will be sending out the contract to go out 3 more times this year, and then they'll also fly into Scottsdale 1 time as well, which I think could be really cool. I think will be really cool. So that was today. That ended at 2:45. 4 o'clock, we had our social media school call, was really good. We had one member get a 500,000 view video in this past week, another one get a 2 million view video in this past week. So really strong wins. And then after that, did a one-on-one with JP, my buddy who placed our executive assistant. He's been doing extra coaching with me on how to fire up our executive assistant. We actually did it last week after the social media school call on Monday. And then this week, I did a one-on-one with him for help with scripting. So really cool relationship we have there. And I'm very thankful for all of my, I consider him to be a friend. And I appreciate all of my friends that are inside of these networking groups as well. It's basically 95% of my friends are people that I met inside of networking mastermind business groups. So ultra thankful for that. We could even add that as a lesson. I don't think that counts as paying for friends. It's just paying for information and then being in the room with people who are also like-minded. So really blessed there. IDS, I just want to touch on, is one of the things we learned with EOS. So basically during we call them L10 meetings. So every Monday we do a 90-minute meeting where we go over, we call it a segue, so like a personal and a business win from everybody. And then we do a scorecard, so basically like how we did throughout the week. Then we do our rocks, how well are we doing on our big tasks that are gonna move the business forward this quarter. Then we do headlines, so any like big things that everybody should know that happened in the business recently. There was a lot of headlines this week, so things like new employees getting hired, really big client results, any clients that just like everyone should know something about them that had happened. So that was that. And then we do to-dos from last week, so that everyone do all of their to-dos. Then we get into the section called IDS. So each of those prior sections are 5 minutes. The IDS section is 60 minutes. And basically, we accumulate a really big list of issues in the company. Every company has lots of issues, lots of things that we can improve upon. So we go to this list of issues that we have, identify what we deem to be the biggest one. So like people will raise their hand and say, hey, I want to solve this issue. I want to make sure that this gets taken care of. So then we identify the issue. That would be identifying, hey, this is the problem. And by identifying, it's like, hey, I will be solved if blank. So it's not like whining. It's like, well, if this happens, I will feel like this is solved. Okay, that's identify. Then we discuss and come up with a solution. Either solve it live on the call or put some to-dos on the board for people to solve those problems. And this was our best rated meeting. We had it was three out of the four of us rated it a 10 out of 10. I rated it a 9.5 out of 10. So overall, really strong meeting. We get all done with IDS, and then you conclude, you rate the meeting. That's like the last 5 minutes for the 90 minutes. That was number one. And then number two was disciplined wake-ups. Previous me, I learned this lesson after Hawaii, where I was like, yeah, I'm so jet lagged, whatever. I'm going to let myself sleep in. And then you sleep in, and then you're like up until like 10 p.m. the next night, and then it's 10:30 and you can't sleep. And then you wake up at 7 the next day, and then so you're not as tired. So like it's a vicious cycle. So I decided to force myself to wake up. I was supposed to wake up at 5:30. I ended up getting up at 5:50. I don't know what. I just woke up and it said 5:50. I set the alarm for 5:30, so kind of like whatever. So that was really good. Got the workout in, got everything done, stayed ahead. I do have a relatively large to-do list for tomorrow morning before 9:30 when the AI summit is. But anyway, I think we'll still be really strong. I deemed it like none of it had to get done tonight. It could all get done tomorrow. So I am very excited to attack that. So overall, I will give myself a pat on the back. Usually don't do that. I'm usually trying to just like, hey, how can we get better? How can we get better? And I still think there's room to improve, but the wake up and effectiveness today, I think was really strong. And now it's 8 p.m. almost. We're getting ready to shut down. So we've snapped back into the cycle. So really good day today. And we'll get back after it again tomorrow. Let's go.